Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
Here
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, Mike the way, King Dingbat here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast. This is one half of the Philly Shakedown podcast. Joey has not been able to get on yet, so he'll join us when he gets a chance. But what is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Lord of Darkness, what's going on? Logan Motorsports, Jonas, Chris Kaufman, K. Robinson, Nathan, Little G. Griffith, Rakeem, Chris Kaufman, what's going on? A. Warrior Rage, Tortyville, Jonas, Rakeem, William. Thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate it. And let me first start by saying, I got to say this, that I really enjoyed watching the Hall of Fame induction of one Eric Allen. That was a long time coming, and especially if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've pushed really hard for Eric Allen for like 5 years. And so I'm very happy that he's in. I've gotten the Kelly Greens back. I've gotten Eric Allen in the Hall of Fame, and my next mission is Randall Cunningham or Seth Joyner. But what is happening, everybody? What is going on? What a pleasant Friday. Thanks. Philly, what's up, brother? Not much, man. How are you? So, I mean, there's a lot to go on, right, when reviewing this whole entire week. First off, you as an Eagle fan, you have to appreciate the NFC East for the craziness that it is. I mean, dude, it doesn't get any crazier than what was happening, with the NFC East. Giants last year, they think that they're like somehow fixed. I mean, they let Saquon Barkley go. Now you got McLaurin. He wants a contract. Dak Prescott, he wants a contract. And now I guess the thing for players to say is, well, then trade me. I will request a trade. Whether they get traded or not, it doesn't really matter. I was listening to Mark, and Mark has now got a conspiracy theory where he believes that this is all just a publicity stunt, that Jerry Jones just wants to get press. So him and Parsons are in on this whole thing. I think he's crazy. I actually think that there's real animosity and real real pain going on in Dallas, more so than McLaurin. I see you guys in the chat earlier saying who would be more likely to get traded, Terry McLaurin or Parsons. I don't think either of them most likely will, just because of the time of year. But I think actually Parsons, because I think it's more. I think it's a more of a problem. I think players don't want to deal with Jerry Jones. I don't know. No, send him the link. Just waiting. Does Clyde Simmons have a shot? Clyde. The thing with Clyde is, I was looking at his numbers. You compare his numbers to a lot of the Hall of Fame guys, he's like just below where he needs to be for some. Like a lot of them are like 150, 160 sacks. And he's like at 121 or 120, like 130. Like he's just under. So I think he would actually have the hardest time. Although, Clyde Simmons is him. I think he's one of the most underrated players ever to play. I think he belongs in there. I actually think Cunningham has the best chance, but you have to make the right argument for it. There's a difference with Parsons. A lot of players talk about trading them, but Parsons definitely seems mad about it. It seems personal, Jerry Jones has divided the fan base of the Cowboys. Listen, yeah, a fan base divided amongst itself cannot stand. So sorry, I'm late. What I missed? No, you didn't miss nothing. We just started talking. I'll be present at Canton when Deshaun Jackson makes it, hopefully. Yeah, he's going to have a tough – Deshaun's got to get in on a specific niche. That's where it has to be. I don't know. He'll be here as soon as he can, I guess. Micah won't be an Eagle. He'll be sent to the AFC, but he won't be. We don't want him. Here's my thought. Here's my thing here's my thoughts on the Micah to Philly. Honestly, would Micah Parsons help the Philadelphia Eagles? Absolutely. I think it would be crazy to say it. Of course he would. He's very talented. I'm not going to say he's not a talented player because he plays for the Cowboys. He's very talented. Would he help? Yeah, he would help a lot. However, we don't need him. That's the thing. The idea is to be able to win the Super Bowl. We've already proven we don't need Micah Parsons to win the Super Bowl. So therefore, I don't think we need to go spend a bunch of draft picks and then pay him a bunch of money. I say let your young guys play, let them develop, and then let somebody else trade for him. J62 Movement, thank you so much for Super Chat. Appreciate you so much. Phil, you're a fool for your video earlier. Oh my God, that made my whole day yesterday. Mark, I knew Mark would be panicking about the Parsons thing. I said, let me just throw something, see if he'll make a video without even seeing if there's any truth to it. And he did. He bit, man. It was great. Nico, evening, gentlemen. Having problems with my phone. I'm sorry to hear that. The fall off must be studied. Who's that? Did you see Chris Long's video on the Parsons thing? It was great. I did, yeah. I did. I've been retweeting anytime I see Parsons in a new uniform, like the Raiders or the Cardinals, the Ravens, whatever they put Parsons in, I just retweet it. I just retweet it laughing. I'm enjoying it so much. You know, it's great. Let me see. I don't know where Joey. He'll join when we can, I guess. 500, we don't need them on a hump of Parsons. No, we don't. No, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and tell people, yeah, it wouldn't help. Of course it would help. But do you really want to give up, 2 first-round picks or a first-round pick and Nolan Smith? Like, I just don't think the Eagles need to do it because they're already Super Bowl champions. Now, let's say the Eagles were the Buffalo Bills, for instance. Let's say you were always sitting in the AFC Championship game, right? You're always getting the second round playoffs or the championship game, and then you're losing, and you're losing, and you're losing. And this is one player that can put you over, then I'm all in. But we've already proven we've got the second youngest roster. I believe the youngest defensive team in the league, and we're champions. Nah, I mean, we don't need it. Now, if I was to trade for Parsons, it would have to be only draft picks. I would not trade a player. I don't want to give Jalen Hunt up. I don't want to give Nolan Smith up. It'd have to be him along with those guys. Chris B, thank you for Super Chat. Appreciate it. Not going to trade Micah to Philly anyway. No. If they trade Micah, it would be probably to an AFC team. I would actually – I want him to trade him to Washington. I think that would be great. I ain't scared of Micah Parsons in our division. We beat the crap out of him all the time. Chris got member for 45 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. He goes, our division is looking like it could be a cakewalk. Howie does need to upgrade safety and cornerback, though. Our front seven could be dominant as well. I think this front seven is going to be dominant. I also think that you're right about safety and corner. Parsons get traded. I think the Broncos, Seahawks are trading for him. Interesting. I mean, there's a lot of teams. I do think, though, like McLaurin, I think is an empty threat. I think Parsons is dead serious. Like, I think that there's actual, like, animosity. And I was listening to Jerry Jones, and he was talking today, and he's like, he's acting like they already had a deal. Like, he's not coming off that. So I don't think it's going to go good for Dallas. I don't think they're going to sign him. It's Howie Vision. We're all just living at Fly Eagles Fly. Absolutely. Poor Nolan had a great year, all-time sack leader in the playoffs, and the Eagles want to trade him for a pod. I don't want to trade Nolan Smith. I'm not giving up Nolan Smith. I think Nolan Smith's a 13-sack guy this year. Just got my Cooper Kelly Green to very cool. Well, you know what? And that's the thing. I honestly was thinking about this from Dallas's perspective. I think I would trade him. I mean, the haul you're going to get back that they're talking, I think I'd trade him. Because let's face it, they signed Micah for $45 million. Then you got 3 guys making ridiculous amounts of money. They're not going to be able to make a roster good enough to win. they'll never win with the way that their roster is structured right now. They should actually trade them. Like, I know it's crazy, but you could really put a Herschel Walker situation again. They could actually do it, but they won't. But I would consider it. I would really consider it because they're not going to win. They're not going to win with Dak. Dallas should trade him. Probably. The problem is, though, Jerry isn't Jimmy when it comes to drafting. That's the problem. Cooper Deshaun is White Dean is what? Dallas has traded him at this point. He will never be more valuable than right now. Agreed. So Micah goes to Commanders. Nah. No, if Parsons got traded, I think it would be out of the division. I think it would be somewhere like, what team I think's interesting would be the Chargers. Like a team like the Chargers, the Raiders, that's where I would see him landing. I don't know why we were saying we don't want him. He would instantly be 15, 20 sack player. I would love him. He's from Harrisburg. He would come home. Dallas won't send him. I'm not saying, Royce, that he won't make your defense better. I believe he will. I totally agree with you there. And he's only, 26? However, I don't think we need him to go back. So the amount of depending upon what you have to give up, like if it's one first-round pick or they want a first and third for that, okay. But if you have to give up 2 first-round picks and Nolan Smith and then they want Reed Blankenship, forget it. Washington really fumbled all season bad. We saw how the Eagles revamped second season. I think you're right. I think they did. I think Washington's first big mistake, they got the wrong receiver. They needed DK Metcalf. I hope Dallas doesn't trade him and sign him for $50 million a year. Yeah, so does Mark Holmes. If I was Jerry, I would trade Parsons for a boatload and rebuild my whole team and not pay one player. Yeah, I mean, really, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Harvell says the guy is a locker room cancer. We don't want him. I don't know if he's a locker room cancer. I mean, I've never heard anything about him being a locker room cancer. I know that it annoys them with the podcast thing, but I don't think he's a locker room cancer. Listen, I hate the Cowboys. I hate Cowboy players. But I got to be honest on a guy I think is really good. I think Parsons is a really good player. I think Parsons would fit the Eagles really, really good. I think Parsons would love to play in Philly. But I don't think the Eagles need him. Christopher says, I love Nolan, but he still has injuries from last season. Don't feel good about that. Well, that's the one thing that, to me, about Nolan, that's my one question mark still with Nolan Smith. Got to stay healthy, but I think in terms of when he's on the field, I think he's a stud. And Parsons might get you 15, 20 sacks in Philly. That could be true. But see, I think Nolan Smith gets you 10 to 13. What big trades have happened past that we compare the whole teams? The best one that I saw, and I don't have it on me, but look up the Khalil Mack trade. That took place, I think, in August. And the Raiders sent Khalil Mack at 27 to the Bears. That would be the closest one. Eagles were number 1 last season. Even if we did have 15 sacks, that doesn't mean your defense is better. We have players that fit our defense and what we do. Yeah, I think we have guys perfect who we have. I mean, I think we need some help at corner and safety, but I think for the most part, what I like to say is, you don't need them to win. The Eagles don't need him to win. They can win without him. Now, if you want to give me a good deal, I'm open to it. But I don't want to give up the young guys. Sub 500, here to say the Eagles still stink. Let the trash talk begin. Go Cowboys. Thank you, my man. I hope you could fix your team, man. House divided cannot stand. I think Dallas is already done. Like, I think put a fork in them right now. They're done. Parsons plays, gets a contract. It doesn't matter. Those players, they don't like playing for Jerry. Dallas is nothing anymore. They're nothing. They're not the 90s Cowboys. They're nothing. They're a losing organization. They lose. I would love to have Parsons, especially since he played Penn State, but I couldn't imagine what it would cost for Jerry to send to Philly. It would cost more. It would cost the Eagles more than a team like the Raiders. So I don't like it. It would be bigger than that. Yeah, no one is trading Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith is cheap, has a lot more value on the field than Parsons' term of talent and price points. In terms of price, Parsons wants to go to the Super Bowl contender team and who wins in the playoff games. Well, see, that's the thing. If you get a real playoff team right now, who could afford that? That's the question. God bless everyone. Philly, you're the best Eagles comment on YouTube. Sign him or Dallas. Thanks, James. Appreciate you. I'm worried about Nolan Smith staying healthy as well. I love Nolan Smith. I think he's getting double-digit sacks this season, 13 sacks. Agreed. I don't know. I'm starting to become convinced, and I know it's early, but the more I look at Jahad Campbell, I'm like, man, I think the Eagles can use him exactly the way the Cowboys used Parsons, and he might be almost as effective. And I mean that truly. Fabio, thank you for the super chat. Ringo to safety. Nah, I don't think they could do it right now. I mean, you never know, but I don't think so. That would be like another year. Michael says 500 AKC. Can't wait for the Packers offense versus the Eagles defense. I can't wait either. I can't wait to go to Pittsburgh. Go to Green Bay. I can't wait to go, into 3rd and 1 and tush push it. I want 20 tush pushes against the Packers. Keep doing it. Torteville, man, thank you for the super chat. He goes, tell Mark and the Titans are trying to acquire Dak and Parsons for well-lived and a 3-and-1s. See if he buys it. Well, he's mad. He's not responding to me all day. I think he's mad at me. But he's not responding. So we'll see. Season hadn't even started. Mark Holmes is already giving us meltdowns. Thank you, Jerry Jones. Really keep comparing Dak to Cousins. Mark Holmes hates it. But it's true, Angel. It's totally true. Kay Robinson says, his play is okay, but do y'all even listen to Micah? He doesn't fit here. See. Did you ever see what A.J. Brown said? It was earlier in the offseason. He said, I really think Micah wants to play in Philly. I kind of think he does too. But, it's not going to happen. The Eagles is not going to happen. Washington's going to not happen. The most likely the scenario that's going to work out in Dallas is either they'll give him a deal reluctantly because they have no choice, or he's just going to play out this year and then have a big mess in the offseason with them. Do you think Howie called Jerry? I think he does. I think Howie will do all that, The one thing you wonder is if Jerry could be like, F them, F Parsons. He wants to go do this to me in public. F him. I'll trade him in division and we'll beat him every year. That's what you want Jerry to do, something stupid like that. But I do think Howie will check in. Yeah, Packers getting cooked. Then he gets 23 sacks to break the record, number 23. Could you imagine? He comes to Philly. We just take everybody that's on another team that is talented and doesn't live up to expectations, and they go to Philly and break records. Hey, 500, do you think Jahad Dotson could be wide receiver 1 for any other team in the NFL? It's got to be at least 5 to 18, right? I don't think in number 1. I don't think he's proven he could be a number 1. But I do think he could be a decent number 2. And I do think he's going to be a good 3 for us. Eagles have too many stars, need to play. Don't see it happy, but, Howie will do his due diligence. He will. Does it worry you that we aren't hearing peep out of the good team camps? We need to stop rubbernecking the train wrecks and focus on that. I'm not worried about anything in camp right now. I'm trying to stay as level-headed as possible about camp. Because, I just keep thinking about that Dean situation last year where he didn't have a great camp. He wasn't starting. He wasn't playing with the ones. He wasn't getting team reps with ones. And then all of a sudden, week 1, he's a starter. And he goes in and kills it. Eagles Army down under. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Not sure if you recall, but I called the Parsons comparison with Campbell on draft night. I do remember. I didn't remember it was you, but I do remember hearing that. Don't another runner-up defensive rookie of the year. He could be. because he's going to start. Like, I think he's going to start week 1. He surprised me how big he is. Like, I didn't realize when you see him standing next to, like, Zach Baun, like, this dude's big, man. Here's to Jerry being alive for many, many more years. It's not easy being 1,438. Yeah, it's very hard. It's actually 15,602. It's his birthday today. This old man, Jerry, doing this for clout due to he has a documentary coming out, some of this, Jerry, but this is on Parsons too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know. All I know is that long live Jerry Jones. May he have health. May he have many years left. And just keep doing your thing. Now, I think Campbell is more Willie Anderson. I'll take either one. If I message you, okay, I'll have to check it out. Jerry doesn't want to deal with the star players' agents. He wants to negotiate Magic 8 Ball instead. Yeah, he basically tries to corner a player and get some sort of deal done, you know, around the agent. Yeah, I mean, it's a sleazy technique, right? It's sleazy. But now whatever Parsons said he thinks he had is a deal, and now they're not even talking. Jahad Campbell will be in the running for defense. I like it. So Mr. Campbell is definitely starting game 1. They're just making him earn it right now and not giving him the easy way. Yeah. Well, you know, he wasn't supposed to even be ready to practice for like the first few weeks. And he came in and he's just been getting reps and he's killing it. He's killing it. Major Payne, what's going on, my man? How are you? Did you see the video today where Stevens was taking pics and laughing and Micah was walking around behind him with his head down? The Joneses don't care. Yeah, I saw that. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. So 500, is Makuba not really producing in practice like we thought he would? Well, he's not playing. He's been hurt. You know, he had first couple of days of practice where, you know, he got hurt at the end of practice and he's just been hurt. So you have a rookie who's not getting out there and getting snaps. So he's just, you know, it's just wasting time basically. 5,000, you're 15,000. The mentality of the Eagles team is on a different level. Nobody is going into business for themselves. It is all about the team. No selfish bullcrap. That is what makes the Eagles great. Agreed. See, I think Dallas is like, I think their damage is done. Like, how many players right now are going to want to play in Dallas? It's not going to be your first choice to go play in Dallas. Why would you want to deal with Jerry Jones and the way they handle things? So anybody Dallas signs is going to have to overpay. Chris Long is right about that. Jacksonville Jaguars have this problem. They have to overpay for players because nobody wants to go play them. I think that's going to be the same thing. Robinson is he's going through a learning process right now. Kind of quiet. I remember hearing about Tony Romo, Jerry Jones, and Parcells in a very small room trying to get him to sign. Yeah. I remember that story. I vaguely remember that story. Mark Holmes is killing chickens. Great. Oh, yeah. I see what you did to Mark. You saw that? We got him good. Never seen a player drop a 3-page summary of his discontent with a team like Parsons. That's what I'm saying. I think McLaurin strictly business. I think Mike is genuinely pissed off, genuinely. And so, you know, they could be laughing and stuff. He's done. I actually think that if anyone of those things have a chance of either of those two players have a chance to get traded, I think it's Micah. They say Ty Ladd probably started to flash. Oh, did they? I didn't hear anything about him. I'm not sure. We talked about going at 8. No, I sent him all the stuff, but he's not responding. And I gotta pick my kids up at 6:15, so I've got to go. I had to go now or never. And I'm not gonna set everything up and be like, sorry, people, can't do it tonight. It's got to either be before I set it up or not, or after, or once I commit, we're going. Any ASK Joey's highlight? I want to go there. But I haven't. I'm too far away. Marcus, what's good, everyone? What's happening? Chip's season birds. What's up, man? GQ says Makuba will be fine. Better to hit than to be hit. If Makuba's fine, to me the Eagles are set because I'm not really as worried about the cornerback as everybody else. I feel like we'll be fine there. I think the Ringo situation is exactly like the Nakobe Dean situation, and I think that Ringo's going to be fine. I think everybody panics. He has, guy makes a catch or they get a defensive pass interference call and everybody goes off on him. I think Ringo will be fine. I think he's going to be fine. But that safety spot worries me. Try to make Mark some magic beans, right? Well, if I get him to talk to me. Marcus, what's going on, my man? How are you? I think Parsons is pissed because Cowboys signed Jake to a 4-year deal. Well, I mean, the Cowboys had problems signing Dak. They had problems signing CD. Now they're having problems signing Micah, and all these other guys are getting signed. I just think it's crazy. This Campbell kid looks like the next Howie Steele 500. Good time to be an Eagles fan. Yeah, he looks good. I can't wait to see him play. Now, remember, Thursday we have Hall of Fame is on Thursday. So, has Mark caught on as was you? I don't know. I mean, I sent him the video, so I don't know. Hey, Philly, tell Howie to come and get Micah. Jerry said, what do we give up for him, though? Like, I don't want to give up a player. Anthony Perry, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Justin Simmons gone to Eagle gear, Philly. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I don't have the picture in front of me. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Justin Simmons recently took a picture. He was wearing an Eagles shirt. I mean, look, do you think the Eagles really want him? Like, I'm not saying they won't sign him, but I only think it's going to be if it's like a desperate situation. Otherwise, I don't think they want him. I don't think they think he's got anything left. Everybody hit the like. Yeah. Let's get our man. Thank you, Bite of Life. Appreciate it. I would trade a second for Parsons Max. I would give up a first round. I would give up like a first and third. I have no problem with that. But it's not going to happen. I'm not giving up any players, though. I just think that it's a matter of, can you win with him? Like, is the only way you can get over the top is if he's on your team. And I have to say, no. We've already won it without him. We can do it again. So let somebody else pay him $45 million a year. Well, maybe Howie has talked to Simmons and told him after they did out there also stand by. Yeah, it could be. Could be he don't want to come into camp. He's older and he knows the system. He could come in, a couple weeks and he's fine. We'll see. But I do think the Eagles want to not have to go get an old veteran guy over 30. Washington's like half their roster's over 30. The Eagles, it's funny because look what happens when the Eagles play young guys. They play the young guys, develop young guys, they go to the Super Bowl win. I don't think they should go away from that. How is Joey this? But not well because the Shakedown is set up to go on both channels. So whether he's there or not, it's going to run on both. He can now. If he can't show up tonight, then he can delete it if he wants or keep it, do whatever. Parsons talk too much and his attitude. No, Parsons, go anywhere else. Yeah, y'all complain about Slay. Parsons wouldn't last long with the Eagles and the Eagles media. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, see, the things like the podcast stuff doesn't get on my nerves. So I don't know. Ronnie, what's going on? I swear, if I hear the name Simmons one more time, right? 500 people watching, only 132 likes. Hit the like, appreciate it. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate you. Thank you. Anthony Davis super chat, my man. He will not trade Micah to us. Jerry is a fool, but not a damn fool. He will be traded to a worse team in the AFC. Yeah, I agree. And I'm totally good with it. I don't think we need him. We don't need him to win. Philly Cowboys are past brands like Radio Shack and MySpace. They are. They are. I mean, Dallas, when you think of Dallas Cowboys, you should not think American team, the 90s Cowboys, all those Super Bowls. You shouldn't think it. You should be thinking Dallas on the same level as Cleveland Browns, Washington Commanders, the Arizona Cardinals. To me, that's where they are, because that's the kind of organization they have been the last 30 years. Just saying the truth. Philly D, thank you for super chat. He goes, Mark Holmes deserves a call 500. Yeah, he's not picking up right now. Princess Gamer, what's going on? Hey, King Dingbat in chat, what's up? How are you? I don't like that he's leaving in 30 minutes. I don't like that he's leaving. Who's leaving in 30 minutes? So I just had a thought. The way the Heat has been at training camp for the Birds is a great conditioning for the rematch against the Bucks this season. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, because we always seem to get the Buccaneers in Tampa early in the season when it's hot. You know, you want to go to Tampa in like December, not in September. I went to an Eagles Jags game a long time ago, but I was in the area. I was living in the area near Jacksonville, and I went to an Eagles game, and it was like, I think it was like September, October. It was miserable. Like, I couldn't even drink beer. It was so hot. I'm like, I can't drink a beer. I'm going to get sick. It's that hot. It was miserable. It's not the podcast stuff. It's Micah says. He says dumb stuff all the time. Then you have his goofy brother. We can act like it would be good with it. I don't think it's going to happen, you know, so I don't really worry about it, but I don't know. That stuff doesn't bother me. I like a little bit of character. Like, you know, everybody has a problem with CJ now. CJ was a bad guy. He's a kid in the locker room. We won with CJ Gardner-Johnson. I would have loved to keep him. Said you had to, 6:15. Yeah. Otherwise I would have just waited till Joey contacted me and just, you know, figure out what was going on. But Rosa, I know he's hurt, but what do you think about Asante Samuel Jr. Here's my problem. I don't think the Eagles will sign him unless they're desperate. And the reason why I don't think so is because I don't think that they like the way he tackles. Like, Asante Samuel Jr. is known as a guy that can't tackle. I think Vic wants guys that can tackle. Eagles are going to be bringing pressure up the middle on passing plays. That's huge. If quarterbacks can't step up, they can't step up to their passes. They also huge help on the secondary. Oh, I agree. Look, I think Jordan Davis. I think Jordan Davis is going to have a big year. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. But I think Davis is going to have a big year. You know what you get with Jalen Carter. And then you have like guys like Ojoma that look good. The Eagles, I think they could literally have the best interior defensive line in the league. So if we trade for Micah, how would we pay Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Reed Blankenship? I don't think we need them. Well, you might not pay Jordan Davis or Blankenship, but I don't care. I don't care if the Eagles are like they're over the cap. They're gonna. Jalen Carter is going to get paid. Jalen Carter, and it's like a month after the Eagles season ends, he's going to get a contract. Don't worry about Carter. There's no chance that he's not. Chris Kaufman Jr. David Super Chat goes, the Cards have been to more Super Bowls this century than the Cowboys. Yeah, I mean, we got to stop looking at the Cowboys the way, you know, we saw them in the 90s as bitter rivals. It's not a rival anymore. We destroy them. We own them. We go to the playoffs and win. We win Super Bowls. They don't do anything. They're the bottom feeders now. They're not the old Cowboys. Like when you think of the Cleveland Browns, do you think of the Cleveland Browns with Jim Brown? No. You think of all the losing and stuff that they go through. You know, they're nobodies. Dallas is nobody. Washington to me is nobody. Giants are nobodies. We own this division. Damon Super Chat. Philly, did you spill the blue shit again? No, why? I did have a frozen drink that had like blue coloring. Why is it staining? Danielson, I know I was approaching the Eagle season, but are you a Philly fan? Of course. Love what they did. I love what they did. I think of them going through 8 quarterbacks since they signed Watkins. True. If the commies don't extend Terry, it's over. Yeah, I mean, Terry is a guy who always gives us problems, right? I mean, he's given us so many problems in the past. I would love Terry McLaurin to leave. That would be great. That would be great. 90 Dallas, I was a kid. They were good. Since Andy Reid era, we have been amazing. Minus Chip Kelly. Agreed. They're just not. They're not who they think they are. Like I mean, you see me when like we debate Mark on like Cilios. I mean, Mark's tapped out. He's already tapped out. There's nothing he can say. Dallas is not the old Dallas Cowboys in the 90s. They're one of the worst organizations, one of the least winning organizations in 30 years. It's time for us to recognize that. They're just not on our level. They are not on our level. How you defend CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens with that broke down secondary? Who said the secondaries broke down? I have a guy named Q. I have a guy named Cooper DeJean. I don't think they'll have a problem with CeeDee Lamb. But here's the question I have for you. Who are you going to run the ball with? How are you going to run the ball? Because if you can't run the ball, we'll kill you. If you're one-dimensional, we'll kill you. You got no shot. You can't even take care of your best player. Dallas don't have the right to talk to us. They can't even. This is why I say the damage is done in Dallas. Because what Parsons did is he just destroyed the Cowboys. Nobody's going to want to come there. Nobody's going to want to deal with it. It's over. Another 30 years of misery for them. And I hope Jerry Jones lives every one of those 30 years. Best guard, thank you for Super Chat. Us Eagle fans are blessed. You see the dysfunction from Dallas on Washington is crazy. While our players and fans are taken care of. Love to see it. Me too. And let me tell you, if you go back to like Norman Brayman days, when you had Norman Brayman was your owner, it felt like the opposite. It felt like, oh, look at the Cowboys. They get all these good players all the time. Dion and Charles Haley and they get all these guys. And they're going all these Super Bowls. And look how their players love to play for them. And I felt like we were like Dallas. Reggie goes. Jerome Seth go. Eric Allen goes. All these guys go. And then now it's like the roles are reversed. It's like now Dallas is like the way we were in the 90s when we had Brayman as owner. It's interesting how things have changed. Anthony Perry, thank you for the super chat. Goes, people are sleeping on Ojulari, Uche, Obogo. I can't pronounce the other guy's name. People forget Dave on a team, and we got Jihad as over pressure. I think Jihad Campbell is going to rush the quarterback a little bit, but not a lot. I think he's going to be primarily off the ball. However, Uche and Ojulari, I think, were great rotational guys. So I think we are very deep. And I think the Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis combo is going to free those guys up on the edge. How is that going to pass with a broken down offensive line? That's a great point. 3,500, that matchup between Mitchell and A.J. Brown at camp is really going to help this team this year again. I just believe this team will hunt again. Go Birds. I know. That's what I would love to ask. I would love to ask, Q or Cooper, what's it like every day? Even the defensive lineman, you're going up against A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, right? The defensive line is going up against one of the best offensive lines, and if it is the best line in football. They must get into the game the week after, the game day, and go, oh, God, I practiced all week against A.J. Brown. I got to go against this guy. I got CeeDee Lamb. Please, definitely. Brooks, thank you for super chat. I'd still sign Simmons for a backup and veteran fight. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. And they might do it still. They might do it. I don't know. Major Pain, what's going on? Yo, 500 Hertz MVP this year. I love it. That would be great. That would be great. So interesting perspective. Yeah, Micah might have just destroyed their ability to recruit. That's amazing. Well, he put it all out there. He put it all out there. He put what they do. If you're a player, why would you want to go to Dallas? You don't. I think it really is going to hurt Dallas in the long run. Dirty Sanchez, thank you for super chat. He goes, Nick Sirianni makes his T use. That's a man right there. That's a man. Cowboy fans try and talk about us as comedy. It is. And you know what? I'm starting to realize, I look at Mark, he doesn't even respond anymore. You can't respond. It's like we need to be focusing on real rivalries. You know, like I don't know, Kansas City. We played them in 2 Super Bowls. To me, they're more of a threat than Dallas. Dallas is not a threat. You know, I don't even think the Commanders are. Like, I think the Commanders screwed up this all season. But those teams are not on the same level as us. Philly 500, do you know that Mac Hollins is still in the football and he's now with the Patriots? The only thing I can think of about Mac Hollins, I know he's still in the league, is why is he always barefoot? Now, I hate this barefoot trend, I got to tell you, because I think feet are disgusting. I think feet are disgusting. God should have made us with hooves. But now you got all these players always barefoot after practice. Oh, we're putting feet on the earth, putting feet on the earth. Put your shoes on, man. You know what I'm saying? Disgusting. They had Jordan Davis, and he was sitting there, and he's got his bare feet on. You know, his feet are huge, dude. His each toe looked like a giant pepper. It was disgusting. It was just, I just don't get it. What's with this trend where they're all barefoot? Please put your damn shoes on, especially David. I mean, they look like giant pepper toes. They're disgusting. You know, those things, feet are for working and stuff. They're not to show off. Keep them covered. I haven't seen my feet in 30 years. Best guard, thank you for super chat. Appreciate it. I want Parsons on the Eagle for one reason and one reason only. I bet I know what it is. That would absolutely crush Dallas Nation, and I don't think they can recover. That is a great, great point. Like, if you want to bury Dallas, you want, like, checkmate, it's over for you, get Micah Parsons on here. I agree. They don't recover for that. They don't recover. It's just, they don't wear shoes. It's disgusting. Go after yourself. David Super J goes, our only rival right now is the Blue Tent. Yeah, that's true. Modern shoes ruin feet. Modern feet ruin eyes. That's how I feel. You don't need to stop begging for Mike. Eagle fans, he ain't nobody. I don't think we're begging for him. Micah's still this year's Saquon. I mean, it would be hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, it would be hilarious. But the Eagles don't need him, and that's how I look at it. Like, for what it would cost you, do you need him to go to the Super Bowl? My answer is no. You don't need him. That's how I look at it. You don't need him. If I thought he would put us over the top, I would say yeah. But I think we already can get there. So that's why I say no. Feel like smash my yeah, I understand. Convoy fans in the chat must be waiting for their VHS 1995 rewind. They're in this chat showing their team still stinks. They're not even on the same level as us. We've got to just start acknowledging that. Anthony Perry, David Super Chat goes, when they signed Dak for 60, I knew Micah was a problem. Yeah, and look, Micah wants to be the highest paid, I think the highest paid non-quarterback in history, regardless of position. I mean, good luck with that. Bare feet only walk in soft places. He ain't walk around Kensington bare feet. Oh, I know, but you know, I always see the players at practice all barefoot. I just don't get it. And I believe Mac Hollins started this whole thing. I believe it's all because of Mac Hollins, and it pisses me off because I think feet are gross. I don't want to see them. Eagles would have to give Nolan Smith and a number one and a second. No thanks. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, if you say if Howie called them up and said, "What do you want for Parsons?" and they said first and a third, done. I do it. But if they say first, 2 firsts, Nolan Smith and Reed Blankenship, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to hurt other positions. 5 rings, though. Yeah, 5 rings. Who cares? Pittsburgh has 4 rings in what, the 70s? Who cares? I mean, it's so long ago. What does it even matter? How much more does it matter that the 90s Super Bowl rings and the old NFC championships back for the Eagles, what, in 40s and early 60s? Like, what's the difference? There is no difference at this point. When you get 30 plus years away from it, it don't matter. You got to be relevant. You've got to stop talking about Super Bowls after 10 years. Dak's the highest paid, $5 million. Jerry always getting worked. Yeah. 50 million pile of shit, right? Bro, Matt Collins was walking around barefoot in Buffalo winter. I know. It all started with him. I blame him. I heard Cooper DeJean say, we're all barefoot and we're all barefoot, just getting our feet in the soil, in the ground, the earth. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. Please put your shoes on, dude. Yeah, the Boston Celtics have a bunch of rings when there's only 8 teams in the league. I just think that, like, thinking about it, Dallas is so irrelevant. Like, Eagle fans, we shouldn't even give them any attention. They're irrelevant, you know? They may make a lot of money, franchise value and all that. That means nothing. They can't win. They're not going to win. They're not close to winning. And Micah just buried their future. Hey, Phil, I can't wait to watch you on the Dance Together with Mark. This week will be hilarious. Don't be surprised if Mark, you know, it can't show up. Big Chris says, it's called earthing. What does that mean? What is earthing? Tell me. Tell me this weird thing that they call earthing. Why do I need to be earthing? I'm already earthling. You mean earthling or earthing? What is it? Like, oh boy. Dirty Sanchez, thank you for the super chat. Philly, what temperature do you keep your Diddy oil? It's got to say warm. If not, it could cause shrinkage. It's got to say warm. No question. Like a little warm, like on the warm side. 90% of the fan base would have 270 to see him all the. Yeah, exactly. TJ Watt gets $41 million, but TJ Watt is also a better pass rusher than Parsons. He had a season with 22.5 sacks. He's more complete than Parsons. He'll play the run better than Parsons. 5,500. How many rings has Dallas won with 32 teams in the league? Can you tell me? I forgot. Isn't it 0? I don't know. I can't remember. Well, 94. When did the Jags come back? When did the Jags come in? When did Carolina come in? And when did Cleveland become a team again? Cleveland became a team. Yeah, Cleveland didn't come back until what, 99? So, yeah, it wasn't 32 teams. It was probably 31. That Super Bowl 59 Philadelphia Eagles. The Super Bowl 59 Philadelphia Eagles ring looks real. It's awesome, Tim. It's awesome. Getting in touch with the ground promotes healing. How? Like, is that like routed in scientific fact? If it promotes healing, I'll go sit outside with my bare feet all day, like 8 hours. I'll just sit with bare feet, touch it. I'll be the healthiest mother humper there is. Is that what they think, or does it or is there actual science to it? I'm open to listening. I still think it's gross, but I'm open. It was 30. Laugh out, bums don't even get rings with 32 teams in the league. I was 30. Interesting. Regardless of everything that's going on, the Cowboys are still America's team, and that's a whole fact. I don't think they're America's team. I definitely don't think. I don't see how losers can represent America. You never have losers represent our country. Dirty Sanchez, thank you for super chat. He goes, I hear Jalen Hurts is giving Titty conjugal visits. Jalen Hurts? Nah. My man, Jalen Hurts is married. He's set to go. Father, you had me cracking up with what you did tomorrow. Thank you, Marlene. That was fun. That was just some good old clowning around. Mark bit. I knew Mark would be like panicking about the situation, and he would want to keep doing videos on it, and it would slip right by him. It's Science 500. I got to go look into it. I've never heard of it. I don't know how bare feet could heal anything. Now, when I was living in Hawaii, we ran around barefoot all the time, and I got worms. That will ruin your day when you're 17. Oh, man. Yeah. Man, that's interesting. You have bragging rights for 5 years, but all that matters is 2025 season, and we'll win it again. Agreed. Our only rival, Sirianni's. So, I mean, I kind of think, in a weird way, not division rival, and it's not a conference, but don't you guys kind of think there's a rival with Kansas City a little bit? we've played them in 2 Super Bowls and we split. They got to be a little pissed about what happened. We were pissed about the first one. I don't know. I kind of see like an interconference rivalry developing between the Eagles and the Chiefs. And it kind of works. I mean, Andy Reid, previously the Eagles coach who couldn't just barely get us there, but never over the top. I don't know. It kind of works. Splendid 500 Jerry lives for this. He wants to be talked about no matter how good or bad. I also think Jerry likes making a player the highest paid in the league. It gets him more attention. I mean, those all may be true. They may be true, but I think Parsons is legitimately pissed off. You know what I mean? America's national bird is eagle, buddy. Philadelphia is widely considered the birthplace of the country. Absolutely, it is. We're not like you. Don't worry, Marcus. Nope. Andy Perry, thank you for super chat. Goes, Jerry haven't won a bowl since he couldn't buy all the good players before the salary cap in 1996. 20th century, but he's 15,666 years old. Yeah, that's true. It's true. 500, I had a dream that KC beat us in the next. Hold on, Joey's texting me. Okay. So I had a dream that Kansas City beat us next Super Bowl. I hope they don't. I hope that's wrong. But could you imagine if they played us again? I can at least say that I've seen Eagles play 4 Super Bowls, winning 2 in my life. I was 4 when Jaws took them. You were 4. See, I was 4. I was 5 when Jaws went. I vaguely remember it. Like, I remember watching. I remember all my families there. I remember people screaming, but I didn't really know what was going on. So that's very hard for me to say I saw that one. So I always say 3. Yeah, I told him to hop on for a little bit longer. Well, not much longer, but I think teams were more scared of the Chiefs last year than they were that good. Maybe we knocked the mystique out of them. Maybe, but I definitely think there's a legit rivalry starting with Kansas City. Hearts broke as a young age kid. Absolutely. They're going to do a trilogy 500. Commentators already said it. Who's going to do a trilogy? You mean the Chiefs? Hold on. Anthony Perry, thank you for super chat. He goes, Jalen Carter and Jahad Campbell are mean MFers. Yes, they are. Randall had a shot. What do you mean? Philly Shakedown now with 100% less shake sniffles. God. I think we broke the Chiefs, to be honest. That's going to be the question. I think a lot of people think the Chiefs are going to take a step back. Like right now, my early prediction for the Super Bowl is Baltimore Eagles. But I think the Chiefs could very well go again. I swear, I really think it would not surprise me if we play the Chiefs again in the Super Bowl. CeeDee Lamb is better than AJ? Come on now. You don't even believe that. You don't even believe that. Randall had a shot at a ring. Yeah, Randall did. He did. Vikings 1980 was Randall's best shot. Yeah, well, and you can't even blame, like, the one thing about Randall was he takes Minnesota down the field in that playoff game versus Atlanta. He sets up a perfect situation to kick a game-winning field goal. Randall should have won that game and gone to the Super Bowl, which I believe they would have won. And what happens? The guy Anderson didn't miss a field goal all year, and he chokes and he misses. See, Minnesota's cursed. You know why Minnesota's cursed? Because Minnesota went to a dome. That I really believe this. Minnesota went to 4 Super Bowls in the 70s when they were outside. They played outside. They get a dome, they can't go back. That's why I do not want a dome in Philly. Q on Lamb and Ringo on Pickens. No, most likely it's going to be Cooper DeJean on Lamb, and then it's probably going to be Q on Pickens. And then Ringo will play your other receiver. Because remember, CeeDee Lamb primarily lines up in the slot. Well, guess who's going to be waiting for him? Cooper DeJean. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. Conspiracy Theory 510, yeah, right? Wait until my tinfoil dingbats we're doing. I'm going to do a live stream this week. We're going to talk about some crazy stuff. We all love Buddy, but even if he had 1 ounce of offensive acumen, Randall would have a ring. Agreed. The only thing people talk about Dallas Cowboys are their cheerleaders. That's about all they got left, I guess. Cooper make it top 6. Yeah. Philly, you know any kicker is cursed when you say he hasn't missed a kick? Yeah, that's true. It's true. 500, you see the Eagles have the best odds to land Micah. Yeah, I saw that. I saw them at number 2. I don't know if that was DraftKings. But I just can't see Micah going to Eagles or Washington. I do think, though, that the best he does have a chance to get traded. But it won't be to Philly. It'll be somewhere like the Chargers or the Raiders. And to me, the damage is already done. Mahomes, we are getting 3-peat. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Philly, not a dome city. No, I agree. Anthony, thank you for the super chat. He goes, CD going to come across the middle slant, and Makumba going to tattoo his chest. I love it. What did Cooper hold Lamb to last year? Was it like 5 catches for like 6 yards or something like that? Coop just shut him down. 5,500. What about our revenge Super Bowl against the Raiders? They have Brady, might push for another record for him getting to the Super Bowl his first year as an owner. Yeah, I mean, I can't see the Raiders going to the Super Bowl. Brady's not playing. Maybe if Brady was playing still, but he's not playing. Brady should do like the whole like owner comes out of retirement, leads his team. That would be interesting storyline. But yeah, we do need eventually we need to revenge that Raiders Super Bowl. Jerry won't deal with Micah the Eagles. Eagles won't want to pay him with Carter looming, and Q will probably be the top paid cornerback with a few years. And don't forget, you have to pay Cooper DeJean a year before you pay Q because Q's got that option year. DeJean doesn't. If we get a dome, aren't we required to close it in bad weather? I don't know, but you know if the Eagles have a retractable dome, you know what's going to happen, right? A team's like, let's say the Rams are coming in the playoffs and it's going to snow. You know they're going to bitch to the league. They're going to complain. It's going to file grievances, and the league's going to say, no, to be even, you got to put the dome on, and it's going to hurt us. I do not want an outside dome. Fat Mac Philly, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, yo, what's happening? I do not want a dome. Raiders have the 4th most cap space. They could get McLaurin, and they might actually make some noise. Yeah, who's their quarterback again? I don't know who they're. I like their run. I like the tight end. I like the running back. I just don't remember who's the quarterback. Parsons would take a team-friendly deal to play for us. That would be interesting. Yep, something always happens when they have inclement weather, but maybe it's for player safety. I don't know. No dome, man. To me, a dome is a jinx. How many dome teams won the Super Bowl? Like New Orleans won it one year. What other dome teams that play in a dome? Honest question. What teams that the year they won a Super Bowl played in a dome? How many? Geno Smith. Yes, I don't believe in Geno Smith. Colts and Saints. So 2, right? So 2 teams of only two dome teams have won a Super Bowl. See, I mean, it just seems like it's a disadvantage because it just seems like it takes any home field, especially in cold weather cities. Like I could understand a dome in New Orleans, even in Indianapolis, but like why would Minnesota and Detroit? Why would you want to take that advantage away? You hurt yourself, and in the Eagles that would be the same situation. If anyone gets Sidney Brown covered, well, Fangie, I agree. Plus, if the Eagles get a dome, the NFL could still not give the Eagles Super Bowl. The NFL currently is targeting the Eagles for tush push and for kicking the kid down the road to cap. Agreed. Yeah, they're not happy with us right now. Oh, greatest show on turf. Rams, yeah. Rams were dome. So that's 3. I can't think of any more. The Rams were to be honest with you, the Rams were the only team that, to me, like, yeah, they were like, they were built for that dome. They built that team right to be fast. You got to build a fast team in a dome. Put Dak in Philly and we don't win a Super Bowl. Oh, I agree. You would have lost the Green Bay game. Football's outside sport, period. Agreed. 3 out of 32 isn't a good percentage. It is not, especially when you add how many years, Anyways, guys, it's I gotta head out because I gotta go pick up my my kids. They're at a bowling alley with friends and stuff, so I gotta go pick them up. I gotta go. Sorry that Joey couldn't make it tonight. I apologize. I'll be back tomorrow. Most likely, I'll be back tomorrow morning for practice early. So if you get up early, you want to, or 10 o'clock in the Eastern, want to watch practice with me, I'll be around tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. There is no game tomorrow. I think Thursday is when they kick off. So love you guys. I thank you so much for your support. We out of here. Peace.
Got plenty of time.
Come on.
That's the wrong one. Sorry. Oh, wait. Fat Mac Philly, thank you for super chat. He goes, Jalen Hurts, 4,200 passing yards, 31 touchdowns. MVP if that happens. MVP. Peace out, guys. Thank you.
No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the fantasy lamb. Trying to feed the lamb. You tried to feed the lamb. You got to give it to C. Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.